Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to take a little time and answer an email I got from a viewer, a particularly nasty email. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of other nasty emails after I make this video, and I'll address that towards the end of the video. But this person sent me an email, called me a hypocrite. That's actually the nicest thing they called me, was a hypocrite. But basically, they were saying that I'm not really truly pro-Second Amendment or pro-gun because I'm so pro-Trump. Well, for one, I don't think I ever was pro-Trump, but I also wasn't anti-Trump. I mean, I don't like that ideology, period. I think that's the kind of tribalism and identity politics that are destroying this country. The whole idea that if you buy into one idea, you got to buy into every other idea that comes with that political identity. That's garbage. Yes, someone can be pro-Trump and still be pro-gun. You can support someone, like someone in your private life, whatever, and still disagree with them. That's allowed. I can support Trump on the things that I liked and then be a detractor on the things I didn't like. There were a lot of things I didn't like about Trump. I didn't like his position on the environment and how he kowtowed to big industry when it came to the environment. I didn't like his some other social positions he held and the catering to the far religious right. But I really liked some of his fiscal policies. Like I really liked the tariffs and other ideas about, the things he was doing to bring production back to this country. So I agreed with some things he did, and I disagreed with some things he did. That doesn't make me a hypocrite. And it doesn't make anyone out there a hypocrite either. You are allowed to have varying opinions. Gun rights don't belong to the right. Reproduction rights don't belong to the left. You can be pro-gun and still be a Democrat. You can be pro-life and still be a Democrat. You can be pro-choice and still be a Republican. There are a lot of Republicans that are also anti-gun. They're not as supportive of the Second Amendment as you and I are. You really have to take everything into account, decide what's most important to you when it comes to selecting your representatives, and vote your conscience. And it doesn't have to be all R's, all D's, or even all I's. I haven't voted for a Republican or a Democrat in a very long time. I used to be Republican, now I vote pretty much independent. And I'm not in any political party. I consider myself a Jeffersonian liberal, a classic liberal. Not a libertarian, but, a classic liberal. And not a leftist liberal either. They just kind of co-opted the term. But like I'm saying, you can agree with someone on some things and not on others. It's like you can welcome people into the Second Amendment tent and disagree with them on abortion. That doesn't mean you kick them out of the Second Amendment tent. That's one of the things that's been so wrong with our community for so long. Oh, they don't even go to church. Fuck them. That kind of attitude. If you're concerned about guns and that's your primary concern, the Second Amendment, well then why do you care what their other opinions are? And here's the other thing. If you're living side by side in America, shoulder to shoulder, enjoying the freedoms of this country, you should be able to accept differences. And here's another thing. I never, ever thought I would live in a country where people openly wished for their president to fail. Period. To me, that's aiding, abetting, and giving comfort to the enemy. I don't care who's president at any given time. Chances are I didn't vote for him because, like I said, I haven't voted Democrat or Republican since, I believe, Bush Sr. So it doesn't matter to me, what the number after their name is. It matters to me what they do. And since I didn't vote for either one of them, I always hope an American president succeeds. Like even if I hated that president, like say let's pretend I hated Donald Trump. I didn't. I actually thought Donald Trump was an experiment that could have been wondrous, but turned out to, he tried to drain the swamp and he got stuck in the mud. But I thought that could be a good thing, but let's say I hated him. Once he was in office, I'd be like, I hope he succeeds because I want America to succeed. If he fails, I'll be right there to say, aha, we said that we knew that was wrong. Here's a better way to do it. That's one thing. If you think someone else can do it better, that's another. But hoping for a president to fail, that's anti-American as far as I'm concerned. I wish tomorrow Joe Biden would solve homelessness and hunger issues and build an incredible mental health system and stop all violence. I wish he would do all those things tomorrow. I wish he'd rebuild all the roads and the bridges. I wish he'd have everybody arm in arm singing Kumbaya and giving each other a Coke. I would love for that to happen. I don't think it's going to. But while I'm also hoping that every president succeeds, I can be critical of when they do bad things or when they're just incompetent. I can point that out. But I should still then do it in a way that is not detrimental to our democracy, to where Russians don't go, yeah, let's fan those flames. Because that, like I said, is un-American. Hoping for a president to fail. If you were hoping Donald Trump failed before anything even happened, like the day he got inaugurated, if you weren't sitting there thinking, let's see how this goes, let's wish him luck, and let's help him along the way. One of the reasons I think Donald Trump's presidency went, south in some ways is because so many people, including the media, immediately the day he was inaugurated said, this is going to be bad, people. This is awful. He's the worst. And therefore, no one worked with him. And the only people that would work with him are the people with agendas. So the media and we as a people are kind of responsible for anything that did go wrong. Because like I said, I think that you should support your president if you're an American. It doesn't mean you have to think everything they do is right or agree with everything they do. You just have to wish them the best and hope for success, because their success is our success. So I don't understand that whole identity politics bullshit that if you're not my side, I hope you fail. That doesn't do our country any good. And we see too much of that in everything. Identity politics, tribalism. And that question they asked me, or that statement they made about you can't be pro-Trump and pro-gun, like I said, that's the perfect example of that, of how stupid that is. Yes, you can. You can be pro-gun and still be pro-Trump, even though I didn't agree with his stances on guns. The whole take the guns first, due process later was a slap in the face of the Constitution and the founders. But that doesn't mean I think he has to be wrong on everything. You can be, as a person, you can be pro-gun and pro-choice. That's your choice. Nobody is a perfect member of one of these camps. It's all artificially created. And because of that, it does nothing but cause trouble. Think. Use your own mind to make up your own opinion on things. You don't have to share the opinion of every other person that's in your group. You can be you. You can be, hey, I 100% believe in trans rights. But I also 100% believe in guns, gun rights. Those things might seem like they're opposite sides of the political spectrum, but they're not. We've just been convinced that they are. And as long as we play that game, the politicians will keep manipulating us. They will say, as long as I stay, true to the message on this one major topic, this politicized bullshit topic, guns, gays, religion, God, whatever, the 3 Gs. As long as I keep the right position on this, I can do anything else I want, and they won't go vote for anyone else because of these things that I've made them think are the most important. Both sides do that. And as long as you don't start letting them know, hey, I'm a diverse person who doesn't believe the same way about everything that I'm told I should, or what side of the fence any topic should be on. Like I said, you can be a contradiction according to politics because all people are. So, like I said, I just wanted to address that question and say, yes, you can be pro-Trump and be pro-gun. You can be pro-Biden and be pro-gun. I don't think anyone should ever be like pro-Swalwell or any of those guys because they're awful. Marjorie Taylor Greene, all those people. Most of the people in Congress, let's just remember, Congress is a clown show. They're not the president. But As far as the presidency and the direction of our company, our country, we should always hope for the best. Because if we don't start doing that, and we don't start letting our elected leaders know that, hey, we don't all fall down one column of what you consider the political divide. We have different opinions. So maybe you should start servicing ideas in different ways, or else we'll vote for someone else. Because until we do that, the politicians that are there now will continue to play the games, and they'll continue to only serve the billionaires and the big industry that they're serving now. All right, everybody, with that being said, I want to add one thing here. Like I said at the beginning of the show, if you disagree with me, if you don't like what I said, feel free to let me know, but please don't send me hateful emails. And the reason is, I don't see them. I generally don't see 90% of the emails I get. I get so many emails. I've got like 170,000 unread emails. So please don't send me hateful emails because I don't see them and I miss all the good stuff. If you've got something negative to say to me, don't send emails, don't send me messages on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, because I don't know how to use those, and I don't see those either. Patreon, people tell me I sent you a message on Patreon, and I go over and I can't find it. Same thing on Instagram. So don't send me messages like that. If you've got something negative to say to me, please come to the live chats. I am the most accessible person on YouTube. I don't think there's a single more accessible person, and definitely not in the gun community. I hold a live chat every day at 6 p.m. There's usually a link up in the corner of this video to get there. It'll start at 6 p.m. Pacific time every day of the week, except for Mondays and Wednesdays when it starts at 5 p.m. Now, those schedules are subject to change in the future. We might start doing them at 7 but instead of 6. But that's the schedule for now. So if you've got something negative to say, come at me in person, or at least, type it into the chat room. It's still anonymous. You're still just a name in a chat room. And that I might actually see. Also, if you want to be really brave, which most of you never want to do, you can actually come on the live chat and discuss things with me personally. Try to make me look a fool if you want. I don't mind that. I like that. I like when people challenge my opinions. I also like to debate. So you might say I'm a master debater. So come on over to the live chats. If you want to talk to me, like I said, there's a link in the upper corner of this video. But emails, not very trustworthy as far as I'm concerned, for me anyway. Instant messages, that definitely ain't going to work because I don't think I'm going to figure out any of that before I die. So if you want to talk to me, come to the live chat. I'll see you there. All right, with that being said, I'm done. Thanks for coming. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Even if you got pissed off today, I hope to see you again tomorrow. And I want to remind everyone out there to remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.